Hello, Spiritual Collective. So tonight I have an additional message. We had one that was very focused earlier, and we have another one coming in that has to deal with really feeling comfortably within yourself, really feeling comfortable with who you are. Really feeling that you have tapped in to a wellspring of divinely led fulfillment. Because I'm getting the first two cards that came out was the Nine of Chalices, followed by the Adept of Flames. Definitely tapping into that inner flame within you, really connected to who you are, and this really gives you a lot of happiness. Once you really focus on who you are and focusing on what you wish to do with your life and really being comfortable in that and really having that focus and really being just moving forward in that gives you a lot of emotional stability, but it's divinely led too. It's divinely guided. You have this light that it's just that light within you, but it's also outside of you. It's within you and outside of you at the same time. It surrounds you and it inspires you. You're definitely inspired. It gives you so much intuitive, imaginative insight that you can use, right? Mixing with that flame to really produce a lot of the creativity, of the profound insights that you gain. So the Sage of Crystals and Transition came out. You're also like, you're focused. And you're focused on moving into your next life, your next goal, your next version of who you're going to be. You're really good at stepping into these new states, into these new doorways, into these new ways of being, this new world of manifestation, which you're manifesting. You're manifesting this transition. You're walking or floating, flying through this portal to this new way of being. You're very focused. You have a lot of sight. You have a lot of insight. A lot of personal power. And with these, but even with the reading before, I'm getting a lot of like solar plexus expansion. Like the solar plexus and like out, like coming, like there's something about the energy there. And also just in the torso. So this could be heart and solar plexus. But just like this super powerful energy that's within you, but also that you can bring out into your goals and manifestations. So you can move out. So you might want to like do that sort of thing. You may want to do that sort of energy work. Definitely felt it with the last reading. And the last reading was intense. It was it became very focused. But again, you just have this ability. I feel like you have also the ability to shape your energy field around you. You may even want to try possibly doing some energy shifting exercises where you can morph this energy, because also in the last reading I got a lot of morphing around this energy. You could do it with like shape shifting type of thing with the astral, but just changing and like feeling, just start with feeling the energy around you. But definitely got pushing out this energy that you have. Very powerful. Very powerful. Okay. This new beginning is going to feel very, it's going to bring you a lot of emotional fulfillment. You're just so powerful. And I know I've been using that word a lot. Goal-oriented, like strong. Like moving forward but strong, forceful. Not in a bad way. forceful in a good way. Really good, forceful energy of your power, right? Very powerful. So sacred power here. Yeah, it radiates. You can move this energy. You can just have a lot of, you can develop a lot of control. I feel like you already have a lot of control, but you may not really realize how much control you have over your own energy. And you may be needing to do the energy exercises a lot more than you have been doing. It's really a time to focus on spirit. And the last reading was very, very spiritual. And again, this one is too, but you really need to really connect to that side of you, because like the outer stuff can affect you and kind of creep into your life, and that's usually where the drama tries to get in, is in this outer external, when the people come in that try to take this power from you, take your crown. Illusion, yeah. So there is some illusion that you've been going through. People, again, when I was talking about people who try to steal things from you, they may have placed illusions on you. Again, playing with your mind, gaslighting, that sort of thing. Playing mind games. We get that a lot in this channel, and today is no different, right? But anyways, again, these many directions that you can take. You may feel like you are confused sometimes because of these illusions. Rainbow dragon. The rainbow dragon. You are the rainbow dragon. Okay, this has to do with your power, but also the power of the chakras. So again, when I was talking about energy, you need to really align with your chakras or a chakra-based system. Like, you can do the chakras, okay? You know, that's a very easy one to do because there's so much information on chakras and so many meditations. There's also other mystic orders or like exercises for energy and energy points that are kind of like chakras but are different, but it's kind of the same. It's about mapping energy, okay? And you create the map, all right? But anyways, whatever system you choose is going to be very important because it'll let you have even more control over your energy, which is really important at this time. I know a lot of people, especially in the beginning phases, they like to skip these steps when it comes to their energy and focusing on their energy. But it's really important that you harness this your strong energy. You have a lot of really potent power. I'm getting really potent. Like your chakras are potent. Your energy centers are potent. You have a lot of power behind you and in you. And I feel like you're a force to be reckoned with. People shouldn't reckon with you. They try to, and they do. Again, with this illusion. And you get put, yeah, a lot of illusions are put on you because of this. And also it can be just confusing sometimes when you aren't in tune or in tapped with what you're doing. Okay, here we got divine consciousness and source. You need, okay, this is what you need to do. You need to get in contact with the source. Divine consciousness. Okay, so really when you okay, this is really a very strong spiritual read. Okay, you need to not only get in touch with your energy, the energy around you, the energy within you, your chakras, but you also need to connect to the divine, the source. Okay, so you do that through meditation, also consciousness exercises. I'm getting a lot of like consciousness levels, consciousness states of consciousness. So really really controlling and monitoring your brain waves. Again, there's different brain waves through meditation. You can get through, like, you know, your you have alpha, beta, theta, gamma. Okay, so anyways, there's a lot of information on this as well online. But when you're going through these liminal states, but in your dream states with delta and theta, this is where you can really easily tap in more. So you need to tap into these different consciousness states, these different brain wave vibrational states and consciousness states to to communicate and to get in touch with source. That's really important right now, because that's going to help you with this transition right here. Okay? Yeah, this is very powerful. So consciousness, very important for you to really connect with that. Okay? Come here, baby. Come on, get down. Come on. Ooh, you're cute, baby. Come here. Ooh. It's one of my little kitties. Okay, medicine. Okay, yeah, shamanism. So you may feel like shamanism is a great way to connect with this. A lot of astral travel, a lot of consciousness development, a lot of brainwave entrainment, and a lot of energy control. Wow. Okay, so you need to focus on your spirituality 100% right now. Well, I mean, you know, obviously not 100% because you got to do other things, but it's got to be a major focus in your life. Okay? Okay. Ooh. Sacred wisdom. Okay, you're going to be in line with sacred wisdom when you do so. You're going to be tapped in. Owl spirit could be very important right now. Could help you get in touch with the psychic energy that you want to tap into. Also, retreat in the tree of life. See, retreat, the tree of life, and sacred wisdom all came out together. Retreat, tree of life. Getting out in nature, connecting with trees, tree medicine. Look into tree medicine, tree magic. There's something there for you. There also may be something that that you can also drink. Maybe some kind of teas connected to certain trees. You know, I'm getting that as well. To help you tap in like a plant magic type of way to connect with the shamanism, like to connect with your different levels of consciousness states, getting that. And a retreat, yeah, you need to rest, but you need to retreat into doing this. When you retreat, you need to retreat and focus on your spirituality, because that's going to amplify your power. This is where this power comes from, because when I was saying you're very focused, you're very powerful, you've got this really strong, powerful aura, this really strong, powerful focus here that's going to help you transcend and transform. And then all these powerful, super spiritual, like, you just really need to tap in. These are the things that you need to be focused on right now. When you have the time, that's what you need to do. So that's really important. That's really nice. It gives you something to do. So if you did resonate with the other reading, and you may see like someone trying to come in and sweep you off your feet, well, just focus on your goals and your spirituality, and focusing on your energy and consciousness states. You know, because that's really going to amp it up. You thought you were powerful before. I remember in the last reading also had the indigo, and I could feel the energy around in the aura. Definitely getting that. Feeling that movement. It was just so strong. The perfection of your life. Every journey starts with a single step. Okay, yeah, you're perfecting your life. You're finding more peace in your life. And you're focusing on this peace and this quiet serenity within yourself. And then you're moving forward. Yeah, you're moving forward with this peace and serenity. And just making your life better. Yeah, your perfection of your life. You're focusing on making your life better. You're making better choices. You're making room for better habits. You're engaged in better habits. You're doing better for yourself. And that's this new journey that you're on. It's leading to this transformation, right? This new way of being. Diving for light. Dive in deep into yourself. Again, with meditation and subconscious states, dream states. Follow your own rhythm. Dancing could also be important, but follow your own rhythm. Get in touch with who you are as an individual and follow that. Your unique abilities is what makes you powerful, and it's going to make you even more powerful and really lead to this transformation that you're going through. Come here, baby. Come on, baby. I know. Very important, okay? out in a second. She's telling me to hurry up. That's what she's telling me to do. It's okay, baby. So, but yeah, you're wow. Ooh, yeah, it's telling you to really focus in on what's super important, spirituality and your life purpose, which are probably very connected, you know? Which they are connected, because that's is feeding your soul. Dream a beautiful dream. Yeah. You're going to light the world up. This could be, you could have a web presence. Could be online. You have a lot of connections, regardless. Also, just the power of your dreams and connections you're going to make. Softly, softly, the tender touch. Breathing exercises are also important during this time, as we were talking about your energy and your brain states, your consciousness states. But also, too, breath work is going to help you. But also being soft and gentle with yourself and your approach to things. So you can be strong and gentle at the same time. So there's something about being soft and not forcing too much. Like letting things be and going from there. Whatever feels right and not pushing it. Okay? You need to receiving that light, that healing from, and also bringing it into form. So you're receiving some information. You're receiving information from the divine when you go into these states, when you tap into these other consciousness states and doing your meditation, and then you're bringing it into the form in the material realm. So whatever information you're getting when you're receiving this, these downloads, or also, again, when I mentioned drinking tea from trees, but anyways, or plants, regardless, so there's that connection there. You need to bring these states, this info that you're getting when you meditate, when you enter these states, or these dream states, meditation states, and bring it into the physical realm. Whatever that is, whatever thing that you can tangibly bring, some idea, write it down later, after your meditation. But you need to make sure that you take time and try and bring this into being, into fruition, because it's very important that you do that. We got these cards on the last reading as well. Oof. New birth, guarded vigilantly. Yes, this new growth that you're doing, that you're this new person you're becoming, you need to guard this. You need to make sure you're not telling everyone about all your goals and your dreams and your hopes and your visions. And you're not telling people what you're doing with your plans. It's none of their business. Move forward. You don't need to tell everybody, especially people who you think are your friends. They may not be your friends. Coworkers, they probably don't care. They may act like they care, but they probably don't. Family members, a lot of toxic family members out there. Not saying yours is, but a lot of us do have them. And again, they like to leech and feed off of your dreams, your plans, and plant the seeds of doubt in your head. Again, planting illusions to where you don't know what you're doing. Okay? And you don't need that in your life. You're focused on you. You're focused on the power of attraction. Yes, you're attracting you're attracting a lot of abundance into your life. You're attracting, again, with this really intense spiritual energy. Again, you see the ball in their hands, the energy, working with energy. Maybe also doing making energy ball, just feeling that energy. Electromagnetic energy, spiritual energy. You just need to feel that. That's very important. Also very guarded. Be very guarded about, your plans, your visions, your hopes, your dreams, your goals. They're important. Okay? I mean, you just don't need to tell everybody, and because they don't really, again, not everyone has your best interests at heart. Not everyone's going to be there for you. Okay. Ooh. Samurai. I got honor, loyalty, katana, and warrior. Samurai. So you're a warrior. You may be drawn to Japan, feudal Japan, but also just the whole warrior sense. And there may be something about like martial arts or some kind of Asian, I think a sword, something about swords that might inspire you. So there might be something there. But also, besides that, just the honesty and loyalty and warrior spirit that you have within yourself, that you have for yourself. Ghosts, spirits, apparitions, haunting, and paranormal. Okay, the paranormal. So when you're tapping into all this stuff, don't be shocked if something pops up that's paranormal. Okay, but you know, you gotta be like, if you're going this route and you're wanting to do this, you gotta expect like something might happen. You might experience something. And not saying that it's all bad, like, oh, ghosts, you know, but it definitely has that ghostly energy. So maybe you will, yeah, you will contact the spirit in some way, or see a spirit through your third eye, or dream, or something. I don't know. Maybe something also with necromancy here. Maybe you're drawn to necromancy. But just the paranormal in general, when we look at what we're talking about in this reading is paranormal. And it's something you need to focus on. So being loyal to yourself, loyal to your spiritual development is really important at this time. Time traveler. Wow. Temporal, past, future, time machine. And then mermaid. Ooh. Oceanic, serenade, tale, allure. So mermaid and time traveler came out. So I'm also almost getting like past and future worlds. And then the mermaid, almost like Lemuria and Atlantis almost, right? You can feel a deep connection with mermaids, with the with water magic, with the ocean. Again, with the subconscious, the dream realms, and the ocean. You may also travel to ocean worlds when you like dream, or when you're in liminality, when you meditate, when you're going through these different states. But also, you can also travel through time in some way. You may visit past worlds, future worlds. There's something about that. So there's definitely something astral here. Definitely a lot of astral work here. Swimming through the astrals. Ooh. Dragon Rider. Epic companion. Fire-breathing legend. Yeah, see, you're epic. Your energy is epic. It's strong. And it's only going to get stronger. You do all this stuff, it's going to be super strong. And then again, with the dragon. Yeah, draconic energy coming out here. Strong. Again, you are a strong person. This is great. I gotta... starting to lose my voice here. Okay. We're getting near the end here. Oh, lovely. Look, we got angel. Divine wings, protection, blessing, and heavenly. You may have some heavenly encounters, some angelic encounters. Here again, we have the source card here. That was very angelic. You're going to be tapping into that. So you're going to be tapping into a lot of stuff. You could be seeing a lot of things. You could also be tapping into the angelic divine. So you can be doing a lot of stuff on the astrals. If there's something that you want to do, like, okay, you got to develop all your skills. But then if there's something you really want to do on the astrals, take note of that. And then try to see if you can... do like a path working or a guided meditation where you're doing those things and get you into that realm. That'd be really good for you. Work with a god, goddess, spirit of liminality will help you. Envoy. Diplomacy, ambassadors, negotiation, and delegation. There may be some diplomacy here. Ambassadors, negotiation. So maybe you're like negotiating with spirits, or definitely communicating with spirits. You may also find that with all this spiritual work that you do, that you're stronger at this sort of thing, this diplomacy and negotiation type energy, that you can be counted on to be able to do that sort of thing with your vast intellect and power. Strong power. Okay. There's a lot that came out here. Okay. We got commoner, regular people, regular citizen, everyday ordinary, aristocrat, no, aristocrat, but it's a cat, so, I mean, aristocrat, nobility, privilege, elite, pure blood, and then I have, these four came out, and then grave robber, archaeology, adventure, artifact, excavation, an autocrat, tyrant, oppressive, and centralized control. Interesting how these cards came. So we have autocrat, aristocrat, and commoner. Oh, you could be an envoy. You could be, okay, so you could be doing diplomacy or negotiation between, like, different types of people, different ranks of people, different social, people in different social, levels. You may be able to talk to them. You may be able to negotiate with them. You may be able to have them also meet and act as a mediator to have them work with each other. You know, the commoner, the aristocrat, and the autocrat. So there's something there. There's something there that you could be working with leadership in that way with the people. Yeah, there's something about that. That's interesting. Maybe that's like a job that you have, that you work with, like getting people of different realms of life to work together, or that you solve problems, or you're a negotiator in some way. And then there's a grave robber, archaeology, adventure, artifact, and excavation. Could be finding some treasure here in some way. Modern day equivalent, right? So, I don't know. There's definitely some adventure. I'm also getting necromancy here because of the ghost here. And I'd mentioned necromancy, and then we have grave robber. But definitely, you know, but I wonder why grave robber came out with aristocrat, commoner, and the autocrat. That's interesting. Maybe you know what that means for you. It has some kind of significance to you in some way. Whoever may be watching this now and in the future, that should be interesting. But yeah, so some kind of adventure, archaeology, excavation, involving different social people, maybe different countries, different leaders of different countries. So that's interesting. That's coming out. But definitely the most important work that you will be working on here is going to be your spiritual work, and really getting in tune with your energy, getting in tune with your consciousness states, and developing power through that to where you are able to reach lots of different people. Again, reaching a lot of different people, a lot of different social standings. That should be very interesting. But anyways, you need to make sure to put yourself first, work on yourself, meditate, reflect, and become one with the divine.